Hi everybody, welcome to a wonderful day here at Jimmy Game Reserve. It's a little bit blustery, but it's keeping the temperature quite nice and cool here. And welcome to Safari TV. We're busy watching some wildebeest here. It probably looks just over a year old. You can see just still trying to get some milk from this female, and she's really not interested in giving him any. She's been amusing us for the last few minutes. It just looks very, very awkward, the size of the calf, trying to still drink milk. Hi everybody, my name's Tara. I'm going to be your guide this afternoon, and I've got Herman joining me on camera with Kaz and Sapiwe in final control this afternoon. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to send them in, and you need to send them in to finalcontrol@safari.tv. And as we're driving around, I'll be able to answer them, because remember, this is live, 100% live. We don't cut anything out, we don't edit anything. So we get to have your questions in real time, and we'll be able to answer them. So do join me for the next 3 hours. Obviously we had the leopards this morning, Mishu and Induna joining their mother Karula on a kill that she actually took into a tree last night. And we were able to actually sit and watch her doing that, which was an absolute thrill for me, especially. I've never seen it before, as a lot of the viewers last night did as well. So the last update that we had, Induna brought the kill out of the tree, and he ran off with part of the kill, so we're not too sure where he went. So I'm going to be checking this area, because it sounded like he may have come this way. But we'll have a quick check around this area before heading maybe down towards some of the dams and see if we can maybe catch up with some elephants or maybe some rhino even, fingers crossed. I haven't heard anything else from the lions. It sounds like they may have moved out of the area again, but I'll certainly keep my ear to the ground with the radio as well. And also, as promised, we are going to try and do the dung spitting competition. And I do have Herman, who's a willing contestant as well. So we're going to quickly watch the impala and the wildebeest while they're here, and we'll drive a bit further down so we don't disturb them, and then we'll see and try and show you what the box troll competition actually involves. Yeah, I'm just going to try and move around a little bit more, just past the termite mound here. So without that wind, it's still quite warm. And so I'm obviously dressed for later on this afternoon when the temperature drops. And so that bit of breeze, it's quite a nice temperature. So if there's anybody joining us for the first time, these wildebeest are blue wildebeest or brindle gnu. They have two names, and the gnu actually comes from the call that they make. It sounds like a motorbike almost starting up. Kind of go, gnu. Obviously it sounds a bit better than that. But, to me it sounds like a motorbike starting up. And we have the impala here. And as we're coming out of the... got a bit of a shake on his leg there. As we come out of the rutting season, you can see the younger males are becoming closer to the female herds again. We're still having a few outbursts from some of the territorial males, but not as many as what we did have during the rutting season. I think there may be the odd one or two females still in heat. But as impala life goes, it's all settling down again. And we're waiting for those lambs to arrive around sort of mid-November, December time. A couple of different age males in front of us here. And I think that one is the one where his horns are touching. Yeah, it is, the one in the middle. I think that's Mark's favourite one there.
I'm just on the other one at the moment, so.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot to turn the screen.
There's possibly a genetic defect, the reason for the horns touching. Maybe they got knocked when he was younger. But occasionally these defects do come out. We saw one with half a horn sort of tilted the opposite way to what it should be. It may or may not give them an advantage when they're rutting. It'll be quite interesting to see how they grow out now. I'd just like to say thank you to everybody who sent in some information and questions over the last few days, and I am getting around to answering them all. We've just been a little bit busy trying to fit out the new vehicle with the seat and a few bits and pieces, so I will get around to them. So I do appreciate everything that's sent in, and any information regarding anything, whether it be on the lions, leopards, or anything that we see, or anything of interest, I really do appreciate it. And as I say, I will get round to answering you and any questions that have come in, and I will answer them in the next couple of days, hopefully. So I haven't not got them. I just haven't had a chance to reply to them yet. There was a few hoopoes around here. I was hoping we might be able to see them again. We haven't had a nice shot of them yet. There was one around camp just now. I'm hearing a woodpecker in the background, but I'm not too sure which tree it's in. It's very, very faint. I don't think we'll be picking it up on the speaker. We might come back a little bit later and just see if the leopards make their way this side. Obviously, having had an impala that might not be hungry, but you never know. We'll leave them to their own devices. Bachelor group of impala here on the right. Again, very close proximity to the females. Are you able to get them there? They're not too far away from the female herd. I don't know, are you on this one here with his tail up?
Sorry?
Are you on this one here with his tail up?
Yeah.
Okay, this stance here, he's actually still showing a dominant stance with his tail flicked up and licking his lips. That's very much a dominant stance. You can see the other male walking off there. And there will still be a hierarchy within the bachelor group. They're still having a bit of a standoff between them. I wonder if we might see some sparring. You can see, I don't know if you've got both of them in shot or not.
Yeah.
You can just about see that the horns are pretty much well matched. About the right, it's about the same size. The males themselves very similar in size. So it could be that's why they're having a bit of a walk around each other, sort of standing, trying to show off how large they are. And so they sort of almost push their chest out and their head up, and they walk around in circles. And they're still not happy with each other. You see him raising his tail again, standing side by side there, again just trying to work out who's going to be the stronger of the two. And that's why animals go through all these rituals. They don't want to injure themselves, they don't want to get into that possibility of having any damage. Even if it's just an injury, it could lead to something bigger, some bigger problem, and obviously give them a lot less chance of survival if they have a bad injury. So animals will always go through these rituals before starting a fight, and it's only if they're very evenly matched and they can't determine either by calling loudly or showing off the larger antlers or horns or whatever it is. And obviously all these displays is just to try and avoid I'm just hearing the baboons, and that's what these impala have just heard as well. I wonder if Sapira, can you maybe just scan around Bowery Dam? I think they might be just by the lodge. I think we'll try and drive around the other side of quarantine. It certainly sounds like they're not happy. I think it sounds more like someone getting on someone's nerves rather than it being a predator around, but it's put them on edge a little bit. I'll have a quick drive around. Oops. That wind's getting very strong. I think the sound is just a little bit too far away for you guys to hear, but there was a bit of commotion going on, and we've actually had the baboons around camp quite a bit today. And while Patrick was on drive this morning, we had, it looked like Tawny, the big male, who used to be in charge of the troop. He walks now with his hand off the ground, had a bit of an injury, and he was around trying to patrol, kept walking past the door while we were in there. So there certainly seems to be a bit of politics going on again. Now it sounded like it was somewhere around here, so I don't know if we're going to see them or not, or whether they're in the thick bush here. We might as well give it a go. Could be on that open area just down towards the dam. you say? Somewhere at the back there? You didn't hear them? I'm just asking him if he could get a direction. Just down this way. They may have just been further back, that sort of side. Maybe see if we can drive past here later and see if we can get them out on quarantine again if we have a chance. Oh no, there they are. I'm just seeing things now that they are. They're a little bit close to the lodge at the moment. I think the guests are still going to be around the lodge. I'll see if we can stop here and see if we can have a quick look at them. Behind bushes. I think we'll have to wait until about half an hour and see if we can go down. I thought we might be able to see them through the bushes there. I think we're going to be a little bit too far away. Yep. Here we go. Is there? Okay, there is one just out in the open. Let's see if we can have a quick look. Now on my chat with Graham on the far side chat, I was just asking him now that the guari bushes are losing their berries, and that's one of the big things that they've been going for to supplement their diet recently. But obviously with them deteriorating and the other fruit also deteriorating, what they might start looking for more. And he was saying that he suddenly sees them hunting more insects, or looking for more insects and the nuts in any fruits that have fallen, things like that. Get it or not?
Sorry?
Can you get it, or is it a bit too far away?
No, I get it. Well, I get to the goons, so
yeah.
You see what they eat.
Okay, well I'll see if we can maybe come back a little bit later. We'll see if they make their way up towards quarantine. So they are just a little bit too far away, but they're a little bit too close to the lodge for me to go to at the moment. They all seem quite relaxed now, so I think it was somebody being upset with somebody else. There was quite a big commotion that went on. hoping this is a good spot. While we're waiting. Some of you remember I picked up some dung a couple of days ago and I've still got it. It's all nice and dried out now. I don't know if we can get a quick shot of it on the dashboard there. And for those of you who missed it or not too sure what it is, this is impala dung. And obviously in the olden times, before there was any TV or internet or radio or anything like that, people had to come up with ways of amusing themselves. So the Afrikaans people decided that spitting dung was one of those ways. So what we're going to do is show you exactly how you do this. So myself and Herman are going to go out there and have a bit of a... It's a bit windy, so I don't know how far we're going to go. Maybe I should stand into the wind. Well, Herman can stand into the wind and I'll just use the wind. I think that's fair. So we're going to lock the...
Do it on this side or on the front?
We can do it in the front maybe.
Okay.
Is that going to be better?
Do it that way.
Yeah. Oh, we need to go that way because the wind's coming this way. Alrighty, so we're going to lock the camera off. And we're going to show you, hopefully, how to do it. So it's called, give me the right pronunciation, because he pulled me up the other day. Bokdrol competition.
Bokdrol spook.
Bokdrol spook. Okay. So basically, it's the one that can spit the dung the furthest. As I say, it needs to be dry, not wet. But we'll see how we go.
Thank you.
No, the wind's coming this way.
We're going to spit into the wind. You want to do it this way?
Yes. How far?
If you just...
Good?
Yeah.
Good here?
No, you're going to ladies first.
No, you go first.
Yeah. So you got like a third of the way. Just want to tell everybody that Tara got about a third of the distance I got. So without a doubt, I'm definitely the winner.
Yeah. I told you ladies I wasn't too good at it, but there you go, so that's what it's all about. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. But obviously, best out of 3.
No,
I think
Out of 3?
out of 3, everyone's saying out of 3. You guys enjoy seeing other people putting dung in their mouth. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not very good at it. Everyone was saying it's in the lungs, and I've never had a very good lung capacity, so maybe next time. But yeah, obviously the secret is pushing your chest out and throwing it with your head as well, but I still haven't got the knack yet. I still need to keep practicing. But if those of you would like to know what it tastes like, it doesn't really taste of anything. And I wouldn't really advise doing this with any animal dung unless you have an expert with you, because trying to do that with cat or dog or any carnivore or omnivore dung, it's really not advisable. As I say, it's usually impala dung that's used because it's quite small and rounded, and apparently it travels quite far. I've never seen anyone go for giraffe dung or kudu dung. I don't know if they do or not, but
yeah, you can do kudu as well.
apparently you can do kudu. So yeah, but it's herbivore dung, so there's no bacteria. But as I say, that was the old game of... Go and say it again for me.
Bokdrol spook.
Bokdrol spook. So yeah, with the Afrikaners. So I needed to have a proper Afrikaans guy with me to show you exactly how it's done. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. As I say, I keep to my promises, so I don't make that many. let's see if we can go and find some animals for you. Tic-tac. Thank you, everybody. Do I want a tic-tac? As I say, it's actually not an unpleasant taste, but I won't be eating it. Although we were cool enough, I think I was telling some of you today that we were cool enough to cover some dung in chocolate to give it to my old head ranger. It's quite a good practical joke. But he actually ate one before he actually realised what it was, so it's not too bad a taste. As I say, with the herbivore dung, it's pretty much waste that comes out. That's why it's so small. And they don't waste water, that's why it's so dry. So it just goes to show how adapt their bodies are for this sort of environment. I wonder if we can... I just saw some little blue waxbills just flying off there and heard them. Just see if we can get one in a bush here. There we go. I think I'm going to be a little bit quick. Do you think you'd be able to get a little blue waxbill on the end there? It's just in the tree here. It's just moved to the lower branch. It's actually quite nice out in the open. Just on the lower branch of the tree just to the right. There he goes. He's out. He keeps moving.
Yeah.
I just hate it when birds do that. Flown off. Sorry, can you just send that all again? Is this coming from Daz? I think this is coming from Daz. Hi, Daz. Good to have you on board this afternoon, Daz. And you're asking, can we use certain pellets, but I'm not copying what pellets. Did you copy? Alright. You can just say the pellets. Oh, rabbit pellets. Rabbit pellets. I was actually wondering this myself the other day. I think you probably could, but they're very, very small, and they're a lot lighter than the impala dung, so I don't think they'll go too far. I don't know, they don't usually use rabbit or hare pellets, eh? Herman's saying not to usually use those ones. So the antelope pellets just a little bit heavier and they go further. And of course it turns into quite a big competition around the campfire or the braai fire. I just saw one big footprint from an elephant walking this way, so I'm going to try Chelapan and maybe come up Twindan roads. Is there any big competitions in it now?
I don't know.
Like the World Championship wasn't.
But we never done it with my family.
He's saying he's never done it with his family or anything. I've got still a territorial ram here. Pile around. It's amazing a difference just over the last week actually how much of the bush has died back already. Certainly see a difference as we're driving through here. Even into this area here, you can see a lot more further than what we could do even a week ago. Now I'm thinking after those leopards would have had their fill from the kill, they will go and drink. And I'm thinking the nearest water hole is possibly Gowrie or going through Philemon's dip now. Hopefully we should get better. Okay. Apparently there's elephants coming down to the dam. So what if Sipiwe, if you can maybe swap to the dam camera, because at the moment it's still a bit early for us to be able to go down, so we'll continue driving towards Chelapan and hopefully come and join the elephants when we can. Okay, are you on Gowrie Dam now, Sipiwe? Okay. Okay. I think we just need to take the wires off. So we can keep the sound up. She's on down there. Cool. So hopefully you guys can enjoy the elephants. I'm gonna see if I can just contact the lodge and just find out. I think it's still 4 o'clock that they are going out. Have you heard? Has it changed? I'll just see if I can contact them and find out. Oops. Oh. Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much. So hopefully everyone can enjoy the elephants. Sounds like they're thirsty. Any station of Voya Teleftar? So I'm just quickly going to find out if the guests are going to be going out at 3:30 or 4 o'clock, and see if we can come and join the elephants at Gowrie Dam. If it is 4 o'clock, then we'll carry on heading down towards Chelapan and see if there's anything around there, and then head back towards Gowrie Dam. Any station of Voya Teleftar? Okay, there's no answer at the moment, so it doesn't sound like anyone has just started gain drive, so I'll keep my ear to the ground. Could be they might be leaving a bit late. Cool. It sounds like there's just a muddling calf there at the moment. I'm hoping... Okay, so it sounds like the rest of the herd are going to come and join them now. Okay. I've got a question from Alan. I'm not too sure the full part of the question, but saying when the dung is wet, can it be used in fire as kindling instead of wood? Was that the question? Yeah. Oh, when it's dry. I was going to say, yeah, it has to be dry. I have used elephant and rhino dung to start a fire as well, and I have seen other people use it. So it is possible to use those animal dungs. They're better because obviously there's a lot more coarser substrate in there. Because remember, they've got a poor digestive system, so their dung's much bigger, and there's a lot more material in there. So it's that's good kindling for fire, for sure. Any station of wood, telephone tower? So thanks for that question, Alan. I wonder if there's any dung from your side of the world that you can use for kindling. Let's say carnivore and omnivore dung is not good. It has to really be herbivore dung. And that goes for picking dung up as well. I don't really recommend it unless you know exactly what it is, but especially the carnivore and don't go picking it up. It's got bacteria in it from what they eat from bacteria. Coming down now. It can get back and see them.
Kaz in final control. Sorry about the echo there. Just having a quick look at these wonderful elephants as they come down to Gowrie Dam for their afternoon drink. And I will leave you with the sights and sounds. Tara's just going through a dip at the moment on her way to Twin Dams to look for the leopards. So fingers crossed she finds them. Meanwhile, I'm chuffed as anything. Chuffed as punch. Pleased as punch, I think the saying is, to have these elephants here. So I'll leave you enjoying those sounds. Hi everyone who's just joined, this is Kaz in Final Control. I've taken over from Sapira, she's had to go home. We're back on Gowrie Dam because Tara hasn't got any animals on her shot at the moment and we thought you'd like to see the elephants having a drink. It's always very nice to see them come down to the dam and watch the little ones learn how to use their trunks, especially if they might decide to go for a swim. There we go, someone's playing with that water and having a bit of a laugh. Look at the length of that trunk, is that possibly nice? No, it looks good. There comes little one to join. For those of you who were watching the other day, I'm just wondering if this elephant we're seeing here was the one that they saw on Drive, I think it was 2 days ago. Possibly. Send me in your responses, let me know what you think.
welcome back everybody. I hope you're enjoying the sounds of the elephants there. And we've just been slowly making our way from Chelapan to Gary Dam. And now we're close to 4 o'clock. I think we're going to make our way down towards Gary Dam and hopefully join you guys with the elephants and hopefully catch them before they completely disappear and hopefully stay with them for a little bit longer. That is the plan anyway. So we shall see. I'm not too sure how big a herd it was. It sounded like a fairly decent sized. Okay, around about 10 there. So just approaching Gary Dam now. Been getting a lot of hyena tracks around the roads. Been a lot of movements from hyenas around. Quite nice to bump into a couple tonight. Obviously not literally. But I haven't picked up anything from any leopards yet, no tracks. So I think maybe if they have gone to drink, I'm not sure if they've come down here. So just at Gary Dam now, I'm just going to go and join the elephants on the opposite side of the dam. And I think we'll head up towards let's see if we can go up from River Road with them, maybe come down Gallego, maybe Zoe's. Let's see if we can find any leopard tracks or any other tracks, and if not we'll go a little bit further out if we can. Welcome back on board everybody. We've just got the elephants just to the left there, so I'm just going to go a bit further around and we should pick them up on the other side. Bit of an optical illusion when you're on that side. I can see some movement behind the trees. There we go. Yeah. I'm just going to try and get around the corner because otherwise we're not going to get the view of them at all. There's one just here right next to the road as well. So the youngster up ahead just almost poking the other one with its trunk. Quite boisterous with each other. Been a bit of a trunk wrestle there. I love seeing elephants stretch like that. It really just goes to show how agile they can be. And just to remind everybody, this is 100% live, and this is coming from South Africa, Djuma Game Reserve in the Sabi Sands. We're doing a live game drive for you, and we have the herd of elephants who've just been busy drinking at our...
Do you want to roll down?
I'm going to try. We've got two young elephants wrestling at the moment on the road.
Okay.
I think we've still got someone just to our left here. I can only hear movement, I can't see them. And so you're joining us on a game drive. We've just started really. We've been on drive for about an hour now. I'm just spending some time with a fairly small herd of elephants, roughly about 10 of them. And my name is Tara, and I'm going to be continuing the drive for another 2 hours or so this afternoon. Herman's on camera with me, and we have Caroline in final control. So if you would like to ask any questions, you just need to send questions through to finalcontrol@safari.tv. I'm just going to see if I can move it a little bit further forward. You okay? Everybody else coming through. Alright, lady. Sorry, she was just showing me some of her... I was trying not to disturb it too much with the engine. I'm not at a good angle here for you guys either. Alright, lady. Let's see if I can just get up there without her. Alright, little one, I know. I was trying not to do that. I didn't have enough grip. Alright, little one.
Mover coming in behind us.
The stations I've got a Schlambiev and Love on Ruby Road.
I didn't copy what did you say?
Schlambiev and Lavu on Uvubu Road. 2 stations in the lot.
Thank you. If I just like to quickly come by check for the English.
Just going to see if we can move for this vehicle behind us. Alright, little one. So I'm going to get past there actually see them. I can't see. Is that okay? Should be able to get past that. Alright, little one. So with it being such a narrow area here, so the youngster's just sort of letting off a little bit of steam. Sort of giving us, in dog terms, sort of a bit of a bark rather than a bite. Just grumbling a little bit. So in the female, I think have you got her in the shot at the moment? Yeah, she just opened her ears just as I was coming up the dip. The rest of the herd were alright, it was just her was a little bit unsettled. So that's why I was trying to take it easy up the hill, and unfortunately, as I say, the tyres are road tyres, so they didn't give me enough grip, and that's why unfortunately they rolled back a little bit. They seem to be fine now. Trying to harvest any of the leftover guari bush berries. Magic guari bush.
My mother, it's Johnny. Camping to Buberod. I like to get to check those in Galam for Henry. Let's try to get to look at those in English. One of them on Pimpani. Take the Nyama is from most south. Okay, copy for yeah. I'm going to also come to that in Gala side. I want to try and find him. Come here. Johnny Chops, 1 in 12, or 2 in 12, just north of Chicken Fine, on far break to shoot first.
This little one's got a lot to say for itself, hey? It's amazing where elephants will actually get to.
In the past.
They need to move a bit more. Get past that. Okay. Hey little one, what's up? What's up? Tuck my nose in here. You guys gonna be able to get past that? No problem. Hi. Oh, sure. It wasn't us. We didn't do anything. It's alright, guys. I don't know if you could hear that deep rumbling, but obviously it's just a form of communication. There's been a lot of people doing a lot of research, and they found that they have quite a variety of vocal calls. And even just the tones will just change the meaning. And there's actually just an opening at the top of the trunk, it's called an nasal opening, and that just allows the sound to come out down the trunk there. I'm crossing the road again. Can you see them from there, or shall I move a little bit? Is that okay there? I think this individual grumbles quite a lot because the rest of the herd really don't seem to be too bothered. So I think he's a bit of a grumbler, that one. Hey, little one. Got a one-tusked elephant coming up behind us now. It's funny, we've actually been seeing quite a few one-tusked elephants and no-tusked elephants. And I have heard that when they don't have any tusks, it is a genetic defect, but it could possibly be the one tusk is also a genetic defect. But maybe not all the time. Maybe there's been some dental problem that tusk has fallen out at an early age. It does look like this one, it hasn't been there. There's not even sort of an opening there. I think I've probably seen in the last 2 weeks probably about 4 individuals with just one tusk. I'm going to drive up a little bit further and just see if we can get the large elephant at the back pulling down the tree there. Sure. Oh, just missed it. Where are you gonna go? Try and get us through if we can. Sorry? I'm just going to try and see what she was up to. So now I'll look at these guys instead. She's just in a little bit thick bush, nothing, still quite thick on that side of her as well. Hey, we have a question. Okay, thanks Dave for your question. Quite an interesting question. I'm just saying, obviously a lot of their hearing is below the frequency that we can hear, and could the Jigger's engine have upset him because he couldn't be able to hear his mother? Possibly, but they feel the vibration in the earth, and they definitely they've done some research on that. Fairly recently, I think it was around 2006, 2008, somewhere around there, where they took a call from the elephants around a waterhole, and there was a predator around, and apparently they screamed, and the whole of the herd sort of came together and then moved away, and it was quite a distinctive behaviour. And they recorded the sound, and this was probably in the 90s. And it was only, as I say, in this research they've been doing, because they've been trying to see how elephants communicate over long distances especially. And they actually took this sound and played it for another group of elephants, and the exact same reaction happened. The elephants all came together into a group, looked around, and then ran off. And they played this sound underneath the ground with the vibrations, and they actually saw exactly the same behaviour. So the sound wasn't heard at all, it was felt in the ground. So that it was obviously the vibrations that they felt. And they're actually saying that this is how the elephants could maybe communicate also, is with the vibrations under the ground. So possibly the vibrations of the engine on the ground maybe upset him, but I think he could still probably hear whoever it was if they were talking to them. But at that point, all of the elephants at bar one were on the opposite side of the road, and he didn't seem to be in a great rush to try and get over the other side. He was more busy eating. And I think it was just there was just the one female that had her ears out, and that's why, as I say, I sort of stopped at the bottom of the hill, and I didn't want to. I say we're at quite a funny angle at that stage, and then with the vehicle behind us, it's kind of in a catch-22 situation, so that's why I kind of had to go up the hill, and unfortunately had to. I just had to rev the engine a little bit more, because that's why we cut out actually, because I was trying to keep the revs low. But she seemed to be okay, but I think it was actually the other vehicle behind us that they were more upset with. I don't know, because it's just as the other vehicle was driving off, I don't know if you noticed, all three of them turned and they totally ignored us, which was quite interesting. I was kind of watching that and just wondering what on earth just happened there. So I don't know if it was because of the vehicle behind us, or whether it was our engine or what, but I think he's probably just a grumpy little individual anyway, because, as I say, when he was calling, the rest of the herd kind of didn't really respond, and if he was sort of doing it out of worry or something like that, you'd certainly see the rest of the herd sort of coming to inspect and see what was going on, and that didn't happen. They kind of were carrying on eating, so it could be that he's just an individual that's not too sure of life at the moment, quite possibly, and it's one of those things they've kind of come to accept, and maybe he's just not too sure. But the other female, as I say, she did settle down when she realised we weren't a threat. But as I say, it's quite interesting, just the vehicle behind us, they definitely, all three of them, sort of looked after, and they were sort of still shouting and stuff, but you can see they're not bothered by us now. So it's quite an interesting one, Dave, for sure. But I'm fairly sure his relative was on the same side as him, or his immediate relative. I'm still waiting for the large female at the back to come out, but she's busy breaking down the tree. You can just see the tail wagging and the branch waving in between the other branches, so she's quite difficult to see at the moment. I think she knocked the tree over to help the youngsters gain access to the upper branches, because she certainly wouldn't have had a problem eating off of that tree, but it looks like the other youngsters have gone round to join her. It really is amazing how caring they are of the young, and they will even, you know, the 2 or 3 year olds won't be let out of the mother's sight. She'll keep them very, very close to her the first couple of years, and obviously teaching them the ways of life. And they'll put the trunk in the mother's mouth if she eats something. They'll put the trunk in her mouth to taste what it is that she's eating. And obviously they'll need these lessons for later on. They say just so far as actually knocking trees over to help the little ones eat from the branches. Obviously encouraging them to find the right food, taking them to the spots where there's fresh water. I mean, we've seen a couple of times now in the drainage line where the elephants have gone to get clean water and having to dig in a certain spot to get the water out and waiting for 10-15 minutes for the trunk to actually fill up. And even when they go to mineral places, I'm sure everyone's seen, or a lot of people have seen the documentary where they actually had an infrared camera in a cave and they filmed elephants coming in and scratching away at the wall to get all the salt. And it was pitch black inside, but the elephants obviously felt the way through the cave. And all these pathways have to be learned and passed on through generation to generation. And that's obviously one of the reasons why the young stay so long with the family, because all these skills are needed. And just remember, if you have got any questions, then just email finalcontrol@safari.tv and Caroline will be able to radio through your questions to me. Okay, we can go. Hi Ellen, welcome aboard this afternoon. Oh, here comes the lady, she's coming out now. And you're asking, you thought you saw something in the tree behind the elephant when Herman zoomed out. Could it be the same tree we had the killing yesterday? And we're actually quite far away from that area. Hey little one. We've got the fork-tailed drongo.
No.
Oh.
What she probably saw in the tree just now was a fork-tailed.
Oh, fork-tailed drongo. Hey little one. Quite interesting what we are, hey? Must have a funny smell to it or something. Are you busy listening to us, hey? So yeah, Ellen, we at the moment, if you have a map and you're able to follow us, we're on Mvubu Road at the moment, and where we had Karula putting the kill in the tree was on Impala Road, and that's to the western side of where we traverse. So if you follow Voyatella Access, you'll get to Impala Road, and it's about halfway along that road where the tree was with the kill. So unfortunately, Induna did run away with the kill, so I think there are some vehicles going to try and relocate in that area. It's not a great signal area unless we hear something down there. But I'll certainly try and head down towards Zoe's Road. I want to go up towards Gallego, towards Gallego, down Zoe's Road, and just see if we can't find him down that area. So I was hoping they might have made the way towards Gowrie Dam to come and drink, because after cats have had the fill of meat, they need to go and drink. So I just found it interesting with that youngster that this female just didn't react at all. She didn't even look, she didn't even bother, which just, as I say, just makes me wonder if that little one is a bit of a one that cries wolf all the time, and the herd have just come to accept the fact that he does that. Elephant herds can be quite small like this one. They can be quite large, especially when they come together if they go on a bit of a migration. You get these super herds of many hundreds of elephants. But they're generally small family units making up a larger herd. And they actually almost vote in a matriarch, which I never realised. I thought she was, I mean, she's generally the oldest and more experienced female, but they all have to kind of agree that she's the matriarch. And when the matriarch does die, someone needs to take over the role, and sometimes the herds can actually split off if they don't agree with who should be in charge. For a few days it can be quite disorientating for them. And obviously all that information that she's had and she's passed on, they need to rely on one female to make the decisions, to move away, to protect them from danger. And quite often if a herd's feeling threatened, she will almost, if there's a road and she's feeling threatened by a car, she will stand in the road and allow the herd to pass behind her, and she will protect the herd. Can you still see past the tree or not really?
Right, you're going to come up now.
Okay. See?
Just not see the youngster.
I'm going to just maybe turn the vehicle on and just see if we can. Oh, she's moving now. Yeah. They was just drinking milk. I was going to see if we can maybe see it for you, but she's moving on now. I can hear that deep, deep rumble. You can see, I don't know if can you see the foot through there or not?
Mm-hmm.
So using the foot just try and tear away some of the grass there. Okay. Sorry, Ellen, I was just, I forgot to say it. Apparently there was a four-tailed drongo in the shot when Herman pulled out, he did say. So I don't know if it was that you saw. I'm not too sure. Unfortunately, I don't have a monitor, so I don't see what you guys are seeing at the moment. Yeah, okay. Let's see if we can move forward a little bit more. Alright, little one. We are starting to move off into fairly thick bush, so we're just going to watch them go.
With them climbing grazing slowly to the southeast direction from Sonlok.
Also, I'm leaving those camping at the same place. Up and look.
Thanks, Dave. Saying that the new jigger must have that new car smell. Share my giggle with me. I think he could be right, hey? It's got a funny smell to it, because it's amazing how many elephants have actually come up to us. I can't remember who sent me the email the other day. They're asking me if I wear a perfume. It always seems to be the male elephants that come up and have a smell. But no, I don't wear any perfume. And there they go. So we're going to continue on. So it gets very, very thick through there. So we'll leave them to go on their way. Stations Lambia and Love, slowing mobile from Gary Dam in a northerly direction on the River Road, open lock.
Also, those camping at the gang slowly the east. So the guy basically cut line just west of Campos again.
Go up there, thank you. See that branch? Hey guys, just saying there's quite a large herd of buffalo. Cut line and Gary cut line. So we'll see if we can take a drive. I was going to go left to get to the Lego, but we'll go right and just see if we can spot them. It's been a while since we've seen a herd of buffalo. I think it was on the Rangers race I last saw a herd of buffalo. And I was dying to stay with them a bit longer, I must admit. Maybe with the large herd of buffalo, we might get the lions to come back again. But I've yet to see a big coalition. It would be nice to actually see one of the big old males here. I've yet to see the old males here. Either the Mapopos with Pinky Tail and Mr. T. Say Mala Mala, they're now being called the Milwaukee Brothers. I'm going to turn the engine off, but I'm just hoping it's not going to make it fly off. I don't think you can get much closer to a fork-tailed drongo than this. This is one of my favourite birds. They're so cheeky. I just noticed it just as the nose was passing it. I thought, oh, you should have stopped. But by the time you stop, they usually fly off, and the fact you just stayed there. Awesome. I think they definitely became one of my favourites when I saw there was one that used to follow on the walks that we used to do. And I was just walking off into the bush with my guests, and this one drongo followed us all the way from camp right off into the bush, and I had an insect on my leg, and it flew down probably 20 centimetres away from my leg and caught the insect in mid-flight and then flew off again. It's probably just a little bit closer than that hotel drongo that you guys saw. I don't know, could you see the red eye on that shot?
Yeah.
Hopefully you could have seen the red eye on it. I didn't want to talk too much and scare it off. And the fact that they mimic other birds, and obviously that shows the females how sort of strong they are, because the more, the theory goes, the more calls that they can do, the more time they've spent, and obviously repeating them, and the stronger they are to be able to repeat many different sounds, and apparently the females find it attractive. And I know someone sent me through the video of the lyra birds in Australia, and they've got quite large feathers, and the feathers actually fall over his face, so it's almost like a curtain, and he has a huge area, open area, and he just mimics anything that he hears, and it's a far more superior mimic than the hotel drongo. So much so that they can repeat any electrical noises. There was like a camera with a automatic rewind, and he just does it perfectly, and all you see is the beak opening and the sound coming out, and it just doesn't look like, it looks like someone's made a clip and put it together. But I know the lyra birds are famous for doing such good impressions, and at one stage, I think it was David Attenborough that was actually filming, at one stage the bird actually imitates David Attenborough, so he must have sat there so much to actually get this shot that the bird actually picked up on him and started talking like him, which was quite funny, quite incredible. They really are very superior mimics.
Close to Blingdale Main Junction, slowly driving around the town.
I think the best one's got to be, it cracks me up, but the drongo is actually mimicking the meerkats, their alarm call. I'd love to see it. Unfortunately, I probably won't see it here. I'll have to go to the more arid regions where the meerkats live. And I've been listening out actually to see if they've picked up on the dwarf mongoose alarm calls. But I haven't actually seen enough drongos with the dwarf mongoose. But they make the alarm call, and if there's anything that the meerkats are eating that the drongo wants to eat, they'll do the alarm call. They think there's something around, so they dash off into their hole, leaving whatever it is that they were eating, and the drongo flies down and picks it up. And I must have, I'd just love to see that in action. It might even work for the banded mongoose. Banded mongoose being gregarious as well as the dwarf mongoose. And they kind of live in the same sort of way as the meerkat with the family units and the holes. Oh, there's a chegra just here. I feel like I'm going to be able to see it in this little bush here. Oh. They don't stick around very long. They like to sit in the thick bush. Chegra TC. If anybody's wanting the spelling. think it's just flown into the weeping wattle there.
Everyone, this is Kaz in Final Control. We're experiencing some signal problems. So I've just cut across to Gowrie where we're watching this grey heron fishing. He caught a little fish just now and he's looking for a few more. So we'll see if he can get lucky twice in the next few minutes. Fingers crossed, but he's been great entertainment.
Oh, I'm thinking next to the deck.
Yeah. Everybody right here with me here. So Tuesday you will come with me. Thank you.
Carried on through. Station. I think Oof.